Welcome to today's session, how to make cassava flour at home from scratch. Here's what you will need. By the way, if you're interested in learning how to make powders from Caribbean fruits and vegetables, click on the link down below in the description. It will take you to my ebook. Cassava is very popular in the Caribbean, but it's also known as manioc and yuca in other parts of the world. It's very tuberous and highly edible. However, did you know that the leaves can also be eaten? Yes, they appear almost pear-shaped and are very noticeable. The leaves are an important ingredient in soups and stews in parts of Central Africa. And if you notice, the stem of the cassava is quite ridged, and that's an indicator that makes it differ to other root crops. Now, the beauty about planting cassava is that it does not require very fertile soil to grow. I planted just a few sticks in rotten rock soil at my home, and it yielded quite a lot of roots from just a minimal amount of stems. Cassava is very popular, as I said, in the Caribbean, and it continues to be a trending root crop. Here is my yield just recently, a couple of weeks ago, 3 pounds of cassava root that I will now show you how to turn it into flour. So you wash the tubes and simply peel. Slice lengthwise with a sharp knife. And the skin will simply peel back easily once the knife is inserted where the slit is. You will notice that using this technique, the skin will generously peel off, and it will peel off quite easily without the hassle of fighting up with the cassava. Just notice that when you're peeling your cassava, look for any imperfections in the root. That will indicate to you whether they're healthy enough to make a nice white flour. It is important to note that cassava is a good source of dietary fiber as well as vitamin C, thiamine, folic acid, manganese, and potassium. The preparation of the cassava flour is also very easy to do at home from scratch once you have some basic kitchen utensils and equipment readily available. So whether you want to do this project for home use or maybe even to start a side business, don't hesitate, because you can start small with what you have and then expand. Now, the skins of the cassava can also be used. You can use it in compost if you have a home garden. This is my 3 pounds of cassava already peeled and ready to be grated. I find that grating makes the drying process a whole lot faster, and it helps the cassava to dry quicker and more evenly. At this stage, you're ready for the drying process. You can use a dehydrator or your kitchen oven or even sunlight, right, according to your equipment instructions, until all the cassava has been totally and fully dried. Now it's time to grind the dried cassava using a food processor, a kitchen blender, or a coffee grinder. Grind according to the equipment instructions until the consistency that you're looking for is reached. I like a very fine flour, so I grind accordingly. Now, cassava flour has been gaining popularity worldwide for its gluten-free properties, and it is an alternative to wheat. It is very versatile and is very useful in many food prep applications. Once you're done grinding, just simply sift so that you get rid of the larger particles and you're left with a very fine flour. Now you might be wondering, where can I use cassava flour? You can use it in soups to make cakes, muffins, a whole lot. Now from the 3 pounds of cassava that I started with, it yielded me 1 pound of cassava flour. Now you can store your jar in the cupboard in a dry, cool place away from too much heat. If you're wondering about the feasibility of cassava flour on the current market, then you're in for a big surprise. I scouted a popular supermarket on the island of Tobago and there was none available at that time. The brand that you're seeing had a mixture of cassava and plantain, and an imported brand had tapioca flour, which is generated from the starch of the cassava, not the root. However, you can get cassava flour on our website on Nola Gourmet Products. I will put the link in the description down below. And if you're interested in learning how to make your own flours from Caribbean fruits and vegetables, click the link down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next week with another video how to make sweet potato flour. Bye for now.